Hey, loves, I'm your host, Sincerely Sarita, and you are tuned into The Lounge on WURD Radio 96.1 FM 900 AM, streaming on wordradio.com and the free Word app available in the Apple app and Google Play stores. Shout out to Charles Ellison, Reality Check, for tossing it up. We're here. We're in the building on this Artist Tuesday. Shout out to all the artists out there on the grind. We see y'all. Keep going, y'all. Keep going. That's all I'm saying. Keep going. Keep creating. Keep doing what you do, because art is power. It is influence. It is, just culture shaping, and we need it. We need it. Like, seriously, it's the soul of the universe. So, anywho, it's currently 33 degrees in Philly. Hope everyone fared the snow, the first snow of the season. Well, Frosty, you rolling your eyes already. Why you rolling your eyes? What happened? What's going on? You wasn't feeling it? You wasn't ready?
Old punk behind snow. What y'all talking about? Snow blinked at y'all.
It snowed nonetheless.
That joint was an adorable wink. Like, hey, I'm coming.
Adorable is a stretch. I wouldn't say
kidding?
all that.
All right, fine. It was an aggressive. Hey, yo.
No. See, y'all know I'm from Pittsburgh, so there isn't much that I've experienced in Delaware or Philly that's been quite like a blizzard in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So, yeah, I get what you're saying. This was definitely it was the first snow of the season. It wasn't that deep.
Okay.
But snowed nonetheless, and you felt the cold. Yeah. Like, I felt it get progressively, which they said it would get progressively colder throughout the day. It was, for a minute there, it was burr. It was definitely burr. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you rolled your eyes like that wasn't. I
was like,
yeah, it didn't last long.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I saw your
my Insta story.
Yeah. And it looked like out there it was lighter than it was here in the city. Mm-hmm. I will say that. But I mean, either way, it didn't stick, so it wasn't that deep to me.
No, yeah, right.
But hope folks enjoyed it. I do love the snow.
It covered my back windshield.
Okay.
When I parked at the store where I went, because I don't know why I say where I was at, but that's not a sentence. Where I went,
where I be at,
where I was going to my next destination, my windshield was covered in between stops.
Gotcha. Yeah,
so,
it was happy. It was a little something. You know, it's Thankful Tuesday, y'all. In addition to it being Artist Tuesday, it's Thankful Tuesday. So, Frosty, come on. You know, I don't even know why you swerved the other way. I want to know who or what you're thankful for today.
Warm clothes, because my other destination was my parents to make an adjustment and switch my summer stuff with some of my winter stuff.
Wait, they switched it for you?
No,
I was
me.
about to say
no,
that's,
me.
wow.
No. I went in. I was like, "What's up, Mom?" Helped her with whatever. Made my switches.
Oh, because some of the stuff is stored there.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Got you. Mm-hmm. All right. Shout out to the parents.
Yeah.
All right. So first things first, on the Artist Tuesday front, that means open mic night. So if you're a singer, a poet, a rapper, or a lyricist, make sure you call in now. Okay, y'all, now. Get in the lineup now to get your 30 seconds of shine on. Y'all know all we ask is that you keep it clean and keep it conscious. All right, so that's that. And then, as Frosty just shared, what he's thankful for, y'all know we recognize Thankful Tuesday. So for those who are tuned in over on Word TV, hey y'all, drop in the comments who or what you're thankful for today. And loves, you can call in and let me know who or what you are thankful for today. So whether you want to get on the open mic or you want to call in to tell us who you're thankful for, you can use these numbers: 215-634-8065. That is the hotline number. Again, 215-634-8065. You can also call in toll free, 866-361-0900. Again, 866-361-0900. Shout out to the social media fam. Always down to join the on-air conversation from online. Charles said family. Danae said my health and my family. And Karen said God, my family, and the internet. Yes, the internet, y'all. Some days I'm just like, nope, I can't. I'm not. I won't. Other days I'm like, yes, and I'm sharing memes and I'm like catching up on the latest news and doing research and all of this other great stuff. But speaking of health, that is something that I'm thankful for today. So I'm thankful for people who remind you to take care of yourself. I got to shout out Bay, who gave me the look. I call it the look last night after I mentioned that my knee was still hurting. and that I thought I needed to seek medical attention, right? And so that look, I knew that meant like, oh, so you're going tomorrow. So I hit urgent care today. And actually, I think I might have shared off air with Frosty, but I don't know if I shared on air. But about a month ago, almost, I bust my behind, y'all. Like, bust my behind crossing the street. Talking jeans ripped, bleeding, all of that. Everything in my hand went flying. It was that kind of scene. My left knee, which I actually thought would end up being the worst one, that healed up pretty good. But my right knee, that one is doing something totally different. It's bruised, really swollen in this one spot where if I even like slightly bump it, it swells to the size of a golf ball. So I finally, go in to urgent care for a couple of reasons. And I have like chest pains that's been going on. This weather's been funky. My finger, which also got hit in the fall, and then my knee, right? I just feel like my body is just falling apart. But I got everything taken care of. It turns out that it's water in the knee. So we're keeping an eye on that. And we got antibiotics and some other stuff going on. And, have a game plan in place, just in case it doesn't get any better. So feeling much better about that. I'm also thankful for journaling, for writing things down, making them clear, for documenting my life, like just for me. I've been in deep reflection and also having a lot of dreams that I'm waking up and remembering very clearly. And I don't know, that's usually a sign to me that like I need to write them down. Sidebar, has anyone else been having like really vivid dreams or these like serendipitous moments lately? Just let me know, because, Mercury's in retrograde. It's a bunch of stuff happening on the planetary front in a spiritual level. But anywho, I've just been revisiting a lot of different areas that I've journaled in, and it's been really insightful and empowering and encouraging. And I'm thankful for these letters that I wrote to myself along the way. The earliest one that's like the beginning of this year. So I'll say this. If you haven't written your future self a letter or just a simple note in a while, or you haven't even tried it, give it a go. Like, write yourself a letter. I wrote as just a therapeutic type of thing. Wrote my 75-year-old self a letter. And I'm just like, I spoke certain things that, I wanted my life to be shaped like. But I remember being younger and writing my 30-year-old self a letter. And it's just interesting, when you hit those ages or, when life just ends up kind of playing out in such a way where somehow that letter or note comes back into your, spirit of remembrance, and it's before you again, and you get to kind of like come face to face with your old self and really reflect. It's super dope. So those are some of the things that I'm thankful for. I am also thankful for, and I'll get this or my last one. I'm thankful for connection. We had the gentleman from Disrespectful Motivators here in the studio last night, and I think we end up staying a solid, like, maybe 20 minutes after the show, 25 minutes after the show, just talking and vibing and coincidentally motivating each other, but like pouring into one another. And one of the questions that was asked was like, how did I get in the radio? Frosty's been doing this for 10 years, so like we're both just chiming in on our journeys, and just that human connection, don't ever take that for granted, because you never know who you're talking to, right? Like, you never know where somebody is headed, where their trajectory is headed. You don't, some of us, can't necessarily even say that we know where we're headed. We know what we hope for. We know what we may be working for, but, just that the power of human connection and that moment of impact, you may not even realize it, but how it may shift things in your mental. It may shift things in your environment, shift your perspective. I think it's just such a powerful gift that we as human beings have been given, where we can communicate, we can connect verbally and non-verbally. Like, that's really powerful. But anywho, moving on. Shout out to my folks who are tuned in over on Word TV. Patricia, she says, we have not seen real Philadelphia snow in years, which I think is fair. But she said, good evening, Word friends and family. So, hey, Patricia, thank you for tuning in. Shout out to Malcolm. He's watching and listening from Westmount area. He said, good evening, Sarita and Frosty. He's thankful for a warm place and health. And Frosty mentioned, being thankful for warm clothes. Malcolm's mentioning being thankful for a warm house or a warm place. We know homelessness is real. We know couch surfing is real. Those things might seem small to some, but like seriously, they're not. We can don't take those things for granted. Let's not take those things for granted, because until you've been in a situation where you either didn't have a coat or the clothes that you did have, when it's super cold outside, just weren't enough. You were in the struggle or are in the struggle. How big of a difference those things that so many perceive as little. No, boo boo. They are very important, and we should and must give thanks for them, and keep in mind those who may not. Let's do what we can, this winter season, because I guess maybe it's starting early. I don't know. We'll see what the next 2 weeks look like. It looks like it's going to be a bag of tricks, so just be ready for that. But let's keep the folks in mind who, maybe we have some things that they don't, and we're in a position to be able to do something to help. When we notice that, let us help. But anywho, let's get into this lineup for tonight at 7:30. We got DJ Geek running back this week's Geek and Mix. At 7:45, Carmito is bringing us the Mad Ethnic Musings. And then at 8 p.m., singer, songwriter, producer, and composer Doug C. Jr. will join us in the lounge to share his latest joint. Doug sound, he fuses soulful vibes, right, with a little R&B, some trap, and some acoustic funk. So he's going to come in and vibe out with us, catch us up on what he's been doing, what he's up to, and just, what we do. We chat, we learn about folks, we empathize, empower, evolve, all of that good stuff. And then at 9 p.m., we're going to do a deep dive. Because I don't know if you heard, but Robin Crawford penned a book titled A Song for You, My Life with Whitney Houston. And it's about her friendship, her partnership, and intimate relationship with the legend, right? So the book released today, and she's been on a press tour doing interviews, including one with Wendy Williams, which, if you know Whitney and Wendy's history, this is this is kind of monumental that we now have Robin Crawford on the couch with Wendy. So I did actually get to watch that interview, and I'll give thoughts on that later. But folks have questioned her motives for writing the book, with some pleading for, the public to just let Whitney rest and leave her legacy alone. But for others, Robin's perspective and insight have struck a chord and has filled in missing pieces, about her. They feel like it's humanized her. And they also contend that, Crawford loved Whitney and was one of her most trusted and beloved confidants, and she has a right to tell her story too. I don't know. Do you think she has the right to tell her story? Are you even interested in hearing or learning about it? Does this matter to you at this point? So just be ready to discuss and let me know what you think. If you want to chime in when it's time, feel free to 215-634-8065. Again, 215-634-8065. So some quick trends really quickly. John Witherspoon, his cause of death has been released. So apparently, according to TMZ, he died of a heart attack. His death certificate stated that the late comedian had several cardiac illnesses, which include the fact that he was battling coronary artery disease and hypertension. And so, of course, as you may recall, Witherspoon passed away on October 29th at his California home. And if you may not, the name is not ringing a bell, I mean, we're talking The Father and Friday, and Next Friday and Friday After Next. He was Pops on the sitcom by the Wayans brothers. He was the character Spoon on NBC's The Tracy Morgan Show. He was on Boomerang. He was the vampire in Brooklyn. I mean, there was, and Vampire in Brooklyn. I said the Vampire in Brooklyn. But yeah, so that's the update that we have now on the cause of his transition. And then also rapper Trina, y'all, the baddest. She was bad, and the baddest came out in Walmart, okay, recently. She went off on his white lady in a Florida Walmart. Apparently, the white lady decided to call her a N-word, B-word, just the whole thing. in word with the ER, B word. And Trina was not here for it. And this all reportedly started from Trina, I guess her hip or something bumped the lady as she was trying to get past her. And the lady was on some watch out, you yada, yada, yada. And next thing you know, Trina, whoop, turned around. What'd you say? And proceeded to cuss the lady out, go off on her. Cops got called to the scene. Trina was escorted out to her car. It doesn't seem like any arrests or anything like that were made. But I tell you one thing, the lady might think twice about what she say next time. And I don't know if we get to judge how people react when they're in that moment. You hope cooler heads would prevail. I pray if that ever happens, my cooler head will prevail. But
get a Rita.
And Frosty, you said I look like a gangster today. But yeah, y'all, just may the cooler heads prevail at all as much as possible out here when confronted with hate, because it's real. It's real.
You see what she said about you, Rita? Yo, you shouldn't let that slide, Rita.
And you know, I'm like, bless her, God. Be a hedge of protection around her from me. No. All right, we got to take a quick break, y'all. But just FYI, also happening during the 9 p.m. hour, we're giving away tickets, a 4-pack, like a 4-family pack to the Universal Circus. That's happening at 9 p.m., so you definitely want to stay tuned. Anywho, you're in the lounge on WURD Radio 96.1 FM 900 AM. We'll be back after these messages.
Reality Check. Reality Check. Hosted by Charles Ellison. Monday through Thursday, 4 p.m. till 7 p.m. Right here on Word Radio. 96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD. Streaming live on wordradio.com. Want the latest in Word swag? Check out the shop tab on wordradio.com. Hoodies, tees, and more in a variety of colors. The shop tab on wordradio.com. Show the world that you're all about black. Talk Media. Word Radio. 96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD.
Listen up, Word family. This month we have a really exciting membership offer. If you start or renew your 4Word membership during the month of November, you will get a free copy of the new Harriet Tubman book, She Came to Slay, The Life and Times of Harriet Tubman. We featured the author, noted historian and scholar, Dr. Erica Armstrong Dunbar, on our Struggle in Progress panel earlier this month. This is a unique opportunity to support independent black media and learn about the life and times of one of our greatest leaders. Join the 4Word movement today and get your free copy of She Came to Slay, The Life and Times of Harriet Tubman. For more information, go to wordradio.com or call 215-425-7875.
Word TV. We're streaming live video of this conversation right now. Tune in on YouTube at onWURD or on Facebook at 4Word. Word TV. Black Talk Media. The Lounge with Sincerely Sarita. Sincerely Sarita. Right now on Word Radio.
You arrive, now everything
That's Bianca Ingram with Fire. You're back in the lounge on WURD Radio 96.1 FM 900 AM. It's Artist Tuesday, so shout out to all the artists out there, all the creatives who are out there, you know, giving your talents, your soul to the world. Don't forget to keep a little bit for you too, though, right? Like, refill your cup. Anywho, it's open mic night. If you're a singer, poet, rapper, or lyricist, you know to call in during the 7 p.m. hour, which would be, I would say, right now, to get your 30 seconds of shine on. And every week, he calls like clockwork, and we appreciate him. Friendly Fred, hey, Friendly Fred, welcome to the lounge.
Thank you, Sherita. Hi, Sherita, and to everyone. I just want to say I'm thankful for choosing life and a blessing, and God put before us life and death, a blessing and a curse. You must choose life. So count it all joy. Stay in prayer and all things through Christ Jesus. And it's all about love. And the change is coming, but you got to be patient and stay in prayer. And there will be an answer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. The morning light, a word of love, and a life of joy will be totally happy, free, and glad, and do a righteous will. And there will be no more pain and no more sorrow, no more sickness, no more death. The red direction. Thank you for the gift of love.
Oh, thank you, Friendly Fred, for calling in and just, of course, sharing your light, your love with us. A few things that stuck out: choosing life, choosing blessings. I think a lot of times we fail to see or to recognize that we do have a choice in some of the stuff that we experience in life. And so you can choose, in the words of Drake, more life. Like, it's up to you to figure out how to create that, how to make space for that. And if you're, you know, spiritual or faith-based, how to co-create with God, right? But another thing he said was stay in prayer. And that reminded me of something that resonated with me yesterday. I shared, like, I was in a space where I needed a little motivation. So one of the things I do when that is the case is, you know, I jump on YouTube or my apps and I go to sermons and go to motivational, you know, videos and stuff like that. And I got put onto this this newer pastor who I'm still filling out, but I've liked quite a bit of his sermons. His name is Javin Chaffetz, if I'm not mistaken, Jabin. And he said something about prayer. And basically, to sum it up, what he said was, I want to pray big prayers. If I'm praying a prayer that once it happens, I don't know if it was me or God that did it, I'm not praying big enough. I want to pray so big that when it happens, I know it was no one or nothing but God. Those are the kind of prayers that I want to pray, where there's no question about whether, was it my hard work? Was it me? Was it this? No. It couldn't have been that. The way it played out, it couldn't have just been that. And that just kind of stuck down in my spirit, made me kind of examine kind of prayers have I been praying? Have I been thinking small? Have I been limiting myself in any way? And so that staying in prayer, for some that might be meditation, that's real. That is so real. Work it into your daily practice if you can. Just taking, 5, 15, 20, sometimes an hour. I know for me, I need a lot of time to refill my cup by myself. I spend a lot of time during the day by myself. Like, that is where I'm able to kind of self-heal, self-rejuvenate, all of that. Being around, you got to think, I talk for 3 hours a day, 4 days a week. And then outside of that, I'm talking a lot to other people. I'm a motivational speaker, a transformational coach, a mom. I do a lot of talking, and it's funny because I actually don't like talking. Frosty noticed this about me and how we set up the show and stuff. Like, me just sitting here talking for a whole 3 hours, nope. I want to talk to someone. I want to talk to other people. That would not work for me. Just sitting there 3 hours talking about myself. That's not me. That's not me. So I need that time to, maybe it's the tourist in me, but like to refill my cup and to just kind of center myself. But anywho, when you center yourself, you need some good vibes. And DJ Geek always come with the vibes. So we're going to go ahead and get into this week's Geek and Mix. I think we're running one back that y'all didn't get to taste the full one of. So DJ Frosty Phoenix, let's let them hear
it. I'm ready to love you. My feelings too hard to undo. I'm patient, but you can't be playing. You're taking, just let me know if you're not in this song. Cause I'm feeling the way it's gone. I wanna know, are you down? Are you down to hold me down? Yeah. Can't keep running in and out of my life. Can't keep running in and out of my life. My heart is yearning for your love. Heaven sent an angel from above. I need you right here by my side. Just tell me if you gotta go. If you don't, then the song. Cause I'm feeling the way it's gone. I wanna know, are you down? Are you down to hold me down? Can't keep running in and out of my life. In and out of my life. Can't keep running in and out of my life. You just can't keep running. Can't keep running in and out of my life. In and out of my life. Can't keep running in and out of my life. Oh, it's yearning, yearning for your love. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yearning, yearning for your love. Yeah, 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 baby, yeah, baby, yeah, yeah. Can't keep running in and out of my life. Can't keep running.
I feel amazing, why you feeling different? Say you ain't tripping, if not then what is it? I'm doing me and that's making you living. You talking just to get my attention. You only wanna have it how you want it. But if I was missing, you gon' miss it all. Now you ain't with it, but in the beginning, you was my head and my go-to. When you need someone to call, I'll be right there. When you flip that script up on me, it's not fair. Come to me, suddenly, saying that you're done with me. Look at me, keep it to the company, contemplate. Then we can't keep this easy breezy. Come to me, suddenly, saying that you're done with me. Look at me, keep it to the company, contemplate. Then we can't keep this easy breezy. We can't keep this easy, baby. Yeah. We should keep this easy breezy. Roleplay, like you're trying to control it. If you switch up your focus, I was stand like a rose. When you need someone to call, I'll be right there. When you flip that script up on me, it's not fair. But you keep acting up like it's all brand new. But you keep acting up like it's all brand new. Come to me, suddenly, saying that you're done with me. Look at me, keep it to the company, contemplate. Then we can't keep this easy breezy. Honestly, talk to me. How you say you're done with me? Look at me, keep it to the company, contemplate. Then we can't keep this easy breezy. We can't keep this easy, baby. Yeah. We should keep this easy breezy.
Hey, can I talk to you? Girl, I seen you dancing right here with your crew. It was your smile that brought me here to you. Or maybe it's the way you hit your moves. Tell me, do you have a boo? And if not, then I wanna dance with you. You're so gorgeous that it's hard to but you won't break my heart. If you decline, it's cool. But I honestly wanna end my night with you. Hey, let me know what's the deal or something. I'm trying to chill or something. I wanna know who you are. You so fly to me, I swear it. And you got style, yo. I love the way that dress fit, yeah. Deep convos on a late night. If you smoke, you can take flight. If you don't, then that's alright. But if I have your permission, you can be the braille to my blind eyes, alright? Can I talk to you? I seen you dancing from across the room. And told myself I gotta know you. I gotta know you. I gotta know you.
Back in the lounge on WURD Radio 96.1 FM 900 AM. That was a taste of this week's Geek and Mix. Shout out to DJ Geek. Make sure you head over to mixcloud.com to check out her page, DJ Geek. That's Geek with threes, not E's. Okay, I'm right? DJ Geek, threes, not E's. You can also follow her over on Instagram. We're going to take a quick break. But when we come back on the other side, we got Carmito bringing us this week's Mad Ethnic Musings. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I'm amazing for you. Holy Ghost praying for you. Before you take my hand, girl, I'ma take my stance. Be a thief and take a chance.
Get your money straight.
Get my money right.
It's Solomon Jones and Akbar Hassan.
Fridays on Wake Up with Word.
7 a.m. till 10 a.m. Hosted by Solomon Jones. Exclusively on Word Radio. 96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD.
Streaming live on wordradio.com and on the Word Radio app.
I ain't no better than you, and you ain't no better than me. But we all have something in common. We all are species, seeds of God's creation.
Tune in to Messages in the Music every Friday night with Joey T, midnight to 6 a.m. right here on WURD.
Be heard. Want another way to join the conversation?
Follow us on social media
Using the hashtag onWURD.
Be heard.
Stay connected to Word Radio.
Independent Black Media.
Word TV. We're streaming live video of this conversation right now.
Tune in on YouTube at onWURD
Or on Facebook at Forward.
Word TV.
Black Talk Media.
The Lounge with Sincerely Sarita. Sincerely Sarita. Right now on Word Radio.
La la la, yeah. Alright, hey, alright, la. Yeah. Have you ever tried that? Have you ever tried that? Lord, put the gun down. Put the gun down. Lord, dope down. Lord, the dope down. Ay. Have you ever tried that? Love. Have you ever tried that? Love. Lord, put the gun down. Put the gun down. Lord, put the dope down. Lord, put the dope down. Lord, put the gun down. You don't need that thing. All that it's doing is causing more violence and pain and shit that we claim. Bullets ain't got no name. You might hit a kid with that thing. Tell me, could you better hurt shame? You just caused your mom and family. Trust me, you don't want that problem. Just trust me, ay. If we love one another, we can all see the country, ay. Take your grip off the handle. Let love be the mantle. If we work in all in unity, ain't nothing we can handle. I know some of us are dying at the hands of another man. But if we all look to Zion, we can bring them to the motherland. Set them free, set them free. Ain't no need to put yourself in chains. Just believe, just believe. We can bring back the peace again. We can bring back the peace again. back. We can bring back the peace again. Bring it back, bring it back. We can bring it back. Bring it back, bring it back. Yeah. Have you ever tried that? Have you ever tried that? Little homie, put the gun down. Put the gun down. Little homie, dope down. Little homie, dope down. Have you ever tried that? Have you ever tried that? Little homie, put the gun down. Little homie, put the gun down. Little homie, dope down. Little homie, dope down. I love you, he loves me, and he loves all of us. Why can't we just give him all the trust? He the one who gave his life and showed the greatest love. So why can't we just come together and show each other love? I promise it's love like a drug, ayy. Just follow and put it above, ayy. Our idol's the reason we start, ayy. Just give him up and level up. Give him up and level up. You know, we really live in a crazy world out here. Drugs, guns, they both run rampant in the street. The streets are full of kids with no direction. Fatherless homes, hurt families. Nobody really showing love out there. But we got that perfect love though. We have the answer. We know the one who can give them the best love that they can ever get. It's our duty as Christians to ask that one question. Have you ever tried to love?
You're back in the lounge on WURD Radio 96.1 FM 900 AM. I'm your host, Sincerely Sarita, and it's Artist Tuesday. You know, on Artist Tuesday, we like to bring a girl, Carmito, through to talk about some mad ethnic musings. Hola, Carmito.
Hey. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. So, it's some stuff that's been going on out here. First of all, did you hear about your girl Trina? Because I know you're a big Trina fan.
You know I heard about Trina, and you know I heard Trina. You know I heard what she said.
Yes.
As a Trina fan, you know, not just musically, but as a person, whatever that lady did, it's true. Because Trina don't just be going off. She don't.
I have never seen that over the course of her entire career. I've never, her name doesn't even really come up like that, you know, in those kind of situations.
Goes off, even if it's a calm going off, it's because someone did something. They did what she said they did, because Trina don't be bothering nobody. So, you know.
But you may be biased on this.
I may be biased, but also you just said her name doesn't come up and stuff.
Yeah, not in drama and stuff like that. And not that I'll say this was drama, like, she said the lady called her what she called her.
What allegedly happened isn't even drama. That's just like racist.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm gonna say I don't think you know she was in the. I don't blame her for the reaction if that's what happened.
Gotcha.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. As soon as I saw, I was like, I'm sure Carmito's already on this. She knows.
Oh, no, please.
But I know you've been on some other things too with these musings. So what's going on out here?
Okay, so I'm going to start off with my inner child. Y'all know I'm a big kid. So Scooby-Doo is getting, not revamped, but they're coming out with a new movie, it looks like. It's going to be called Scoob, just Scoob, no Scooby. But, you know, the trailer looks cute. They have a lot of good voice actors in there, one interesting one. So Zac Efron is Fred, Gina Rodriguez is Velma, Amanda Seyfried as Daphne, and Will Forte as Shaggy. And they have Frank Welker, who was actually the voice of Fred for a long time, is going to be the voice of Scooby.
Oh.
So that was pretty interesting.
They're switching it up.
Yeah. I was like, oh, so Scooby is now Fred. And
Okay.
I mean, it sounds good. The trailer looks cute. I'm probably going to watch it. I love Scooby. I've always been a big Scooby-Doo fan, so I'm excited to see where that goes. And as long as they don't try to give us 82 of them, I'm here for this.
So this is going to be a TV show, or no? This is a movie.
No, this is a movie. This is a movie. So
okay.
Again, I don't need a series of Scoob.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need Scoob 1 through 9. This does not have to be a Fast and Furious franchise. I want Scoob, and that's it. Give me Scoob. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know that I need a Scooby or Scoob movie, but I feel like they're trying to reintroduce it or something to the
I don't think
younger
anyone
folks.
needs this. I don't.
Like, who asked for
Let me be clear on that. I don't think we need Scoob at all. But if you're going to give me Scoob, I just want them to be the one.
Gotcha.
Just leave
That's
me alone.
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Scooby-Doo on a streaming service. How about that? Give me that. Because Scooby-Doo is not on any streaming service right now, and it bothers me.
It's not. Whoa.
It's not. It's nowhere. Along with the Proud Family. Where is it?
Okay, no, we definitely need the Proud Family.
And Disney Plus came out today, and you know where the Proud Family isn't? On Disney Plus. I look.
What?
It's not there.
There needs to be a campaign about that. Wait a minute.
Wherever the position is, somebody link me. Okay? Instagram is Ola Carmito, 3 O's at the end. Send it to my DM because I will sign it.
You know
Where's the Proud Family?
So one thing I will nod my head towards with Disney is that with their descriptions, right, on the streaming service, they seem to be trying to get it right. So, for example, with I think Dumbo is streaming on there. They notate in there that there are, how did they word it? I think they said, like, they basically spoke to the racist undertones in some of their shows, and some of their content. And I appreciated that. They said, like, some of the cultural depictions are outdated or something like that, along that line. And I wasn't mad at it. I know there's going to be some folks that are going to say just flat out to call it what it is. It's racism.
I was about to say a lot of those stories from Disney and other programs too from just our childhood were steeped in a lot of.
Oh, absolutely.
So I appreciate them for stepping up and
and Disney
description and owning up to it because it is what it is. Also, Dumbo is very dark. I did not look at the description. I didn't look at that thumbnail. Dumbo was a scary movie for me. I did not like it. So shout out to you for catching that because I wouldn't have because Dumbo is not on my watch list. Let me tell you.
Well, no, I saw Ernest Owens had, shout out to him, he had screenshotted it. And I was reading the screenshot, and I'm like, oh, yeah, shout out to Disney doing that. But Frosty Phoenix, what you got?
Allegedly, there's a third season planned for the Proud Family for Disney Plus.
Okay, I thought I might have heard about that.
Right.
Okay,
so it's in writing.
Let us catch up on the first two seasons.
That would be great.
While
You're right.
the third one is in play.
You're right.
Also,
But they're probably
while
not
we're at it. Anyone from Disney is listening, I need Pepper Ann as well. Just throwing that out there.
Got you.
Just suggesting.
All right. Well, what we got up next?
Up next, I'm pretty sure everyone's heard of this. Drake got booed off of the stage at Camp Flognaw Festival, which is Tyler the Creator and his whole Golf Wang crew. They put up a festival every year called Camp Flognaw, and on the flyer they were promised a special guest, literally question marks in the special guest section. So no one knows who the special guest is. I guess everyone assumed it would be Frank Ocean. It was not Frank Ocean. It was Drake. Now, if you go into this with no expectation, getting Drake is not a bad gift.
Yeah, no, I'm not mad at that.
Now, I don't know why. I don't know. I guess people were thinking like the crowd that Camp Flognaw attracts doesn't listen to Drake, but I don't know. Drake seems to be a universal thing. It's not like he's a bad performer. He has music that I think transcends, different genres. He has a little alternative in there sometimes. He's a mainstream rapper, but I don't know. I just don't know anyone who would boo Drake. Like, if it's just
not at this point.
Not to the point where he walked off the stage. Like, he asked them, do you want me to continue? And they booed, and he left.
He said,
Very respectfully, by the way. Shout out to Drake for that.
I think he said, if you want me to keep going, I will keep going. What's up? Like, he asked them, like, what would you prefer me to do?
I guess he was feeling the vibe of the crowd, and they were just, like, not into it. And a lot of them, there was a video of a guy screaming at the end when it's all over. Because apparently the crowd stood there for, like, 20 more minutes after Drake left, expecting Frank Ocean. I don't know where they got this impression from.
Well,
the question marks. That means no one knows.
In the words of a great philosopher, congratulations, you played yourself.
Basically.
I don't know what you wanted.
Camp Flog Gnaw. I believe YG was also at Camp Flog Gnaw. He brought out Stormy Daniels, which was another whole different story.
Well, that was for a whole F. Donald Trump set, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So YG is also a mainstream rapper. So if YG's not getting booed off the stage, and no shade, Drake is a bigger rapper than YG. Like, I don't understand how that happened. I just don't. It's not registered for me.
Life's
like,
good for a curveball.
And was like, special guest, and I was like, cool. And then they brought out Drake. I would be like, well, maybe I'm not the biggest Drake fan, but I'm not gonna boo him off the stage. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Drake.
Well, I mean, I know he handled it with grace, so shout out to Drake for that.
Absolutely.
And
Tyler, the creator, was tweeting that y'all embarrassing him in front of company, and I ain't mad at that either.
Sounding like somebody mama. All right, what we got third and final?
Third and final, we got the Met Gala announcement for the co-chairs and the theme. So Met Gala's not till May. We got buku time, but they start planning this stuff.
Yeah.
Probably before the one the year before, whatever. So the co-chairs, we have Emma Stone, Lin-Manuel Miranda, and Meryl Streep. Okay.
Mother?
Yeah, Mother.
I am a Meryl Streep fan.
Fun fact about Meryl Streep, she's never even attended the Met Gala.
Boss,
so
and now she's right.
I mean, that just speaks to the legend status, because like that would be like me, Rita. I don't know you at all. Playing my party based on what I like.
Oh my gosh. I'm my level of excitement for the Met Gala just went up.
That just said including. So there's more co-chairs that we don't know about. Now let's talk about the theme. It's the 150-year celebration of the Met Museum. Mm-hmm. So the Met Gala is on May 4th. The exhibit is opening on the 7th. The theme is About Time, Fashion, and Duration. And this, what is this little blurb says, employing philosopher Henry Bergson's concept of durée? I don't know. Time that flows, accumulates. Oh my goodness, I know words, y'all. I'm sorry. Accumulates and is indivisible. The show will explore how clothes generate temporal associations that conflate the past, present, and future. The concept will also be examined through the writings of Virginia Woolf, who will serve as a ghost narrator of the exhibition. Virginia Woolf is on the track. Virginia Woolf on the track for the Met Gala. This is an interesting...
Yeah, this is about to be real interesting.
I can't wait to see how this comes together. Because on one hand, we got Virginia Woolf, we got Meryl, we got Emma Stone, we got Lin-Manuel Miranda, we always have Anna Wintour. And the theme is about time.
Yeah, I hope some of these other folks on the chair or the co-chairs are black.
Oh, yeah.
Because ain't none of these folks black.
And I hope Rihanna's somewhere in there.
Yeah, we talking about fashion over time. Like, you make sure you talk to the trendsetters, okay? Let's.
As far as, like, fashion over time, they're talking about over time, from 1870 to today is the date they're giving us. So,
and as a culture who has had, been appropriated, especially on the fashion front, and in so many other ways, y'all need to make sure y'all have us as chairs on there.
I need to see Dapper Dan in there because he's making a comeback this year. I need all the black, I need black. I just need some black.
Yeah. All right, well, we got to get ready to get out of here. The music of the moment.
Music of the moment.
What you obsessed with right now?
I'm always obsessed with this song, honestly, but it's, I've been listening to it lately. Bourbon by Gallant. He's just, I love his voice.
Gotcha.
I really do. And I've been to Afropunk twice when he performed, and I missed him both times. But I love him anyway.
Okay.
It's not his fault. That was my fault. That was my bad.
So Bourbon by Gallant.
Bourbon by Gallant. That's my favorite song from him. But he's just a great vocalist. He's a great musician. He just makes great music.
All right. Well, look, let folks know where to find you at and follow you at.
I mentioned it earlier, Ola Carnito with 3 O's at the end. Again, if you have the petition to find the Proud Family, send it to me. I will find it. But I'm there, and the link to anything I'm doing is in the bio.
All right, Carm. Thanks for joining us in the lounge this week, bringing us the Mad Ethnic Musings.
Of course.
All right, loves, taking a quick break, but when we come back on the other side, I'm going to welcome my guest for the evening. But before I do that, just FYI, the Universal Circus box office opens at Fairmount Park tomorrow. And Word is hooking you up with discounted tickets for various shows. The circus this year is going to run from Thursday, November 14th through December 8th. And if you say that you want the, and I'm going to quote here, Word hot deal. That's what you have to say when you call, order your tickets and all that stuff. You will be able to purchase discounted tickets while supplies last. So just remember, Word hot deal, right? That's how you can get a discount. But if you want a shot at a free family pack, that's 4 tickets, then you need to make sure that you're tuned in at 9 p.m. when I do a giveaway. And we also have giveaways happening tomorrow and Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. So that's what a total of, what are we doing? 12 tickets. 12 tickets that we are giving away this week, free. So make sure you're ready to call in. All right, you're in the lounge on WURD Radio 96.1 FM 900 AM. We'll be back after these messages.
Brothers and sisters, don't miss The Source. Weekdays 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Word Radio, WordRadio.com, and the Word Radio app.
Looking for an exciting new hotel in a fabulous location? The Cambria Hotel is the place. Located on Avenue of the Arts, this hot new location features modern, stylish guest rooms for that special staycation or your next out-of-town guest. Wind down for a delicious bite at the Trouble and Bass Lobby Bar and Restaurant or Philadelphia's #1 rooftop lounge, Attico. Looking for meeting space? Check out the Cambria's beautiful ballrooms and catering services. The vibe is upscale and never uptight. Book now and save with our special promotional rates. It's the Cambria Hotel, where everybody is somebody. Visit CambriaPhiladelphia.com.
After October 1st, 2020, you'll need a Real ID driver's license or photo ID card or another TSA-approved form of ID to board a domestic flight or enter certain secure federal facilities. Getting your Real ID in Pennsylvania is quick and easy. Just gather up the required documents and bring them to your local PennDOT Driver License Center. Visit penndot.gov/realid or call 717-412-5300 to get started.
Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Listen up, Word family. This month we have a really exciting membership offer. If you start or renew your 4Word membership during the month of November, you will get a free copy of the new Harriet Tubman book, She Came to Slay, The Life and Times of Harriet Tubman. We featured the author, noted historian and scholar, Dr. Erica Armstrong Dunbar, on our Struggle in Progress panel earlier this month. This is a unique opportunity to support independent Black media and learn about the life and times of one of our greatest leaders. Join the 4Word movement today and get your free copy of She Came to Slay, The Life and Times of Harriet Tubman. For more information, go to wordradio.com or call 215-425-7875.
Drive in with Solomon Jones. Drive home with Charles Ellison. This is Word Radio, 96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD. Philadelphia, independent Black media. Word TV. We're streaming live video of this conversation right now. Tune in on YouTube at onWURD or on Facebook at 4Word. Word TV. Black Talk Media. The Lounge with Sincerely Sarita. Sincerely Sarita. Right now on Word Radio.
I'm a headless horseman. Hey. crashing. I'm just another stone on broken walls, racing the winds in a hurricane. I'm not as brave as I once was. I've been kicking these rocks in a river, and they've been sinking low, 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 low. Oh, they've been going low, 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 low. I know, but they've been sinking low, low, low. Won't keep a promise I can't make, 'cause I've been going low, 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 low. 'Cause
That's Gallant with Bourbon. Shout out to Carmito. That's the musing, her musing of the moment. Like what she's, well, she says she listens to it a lot, but that's what she's been obsessed with, and I see why. That's definitely, I can let that rock. You're back in the lounge on WURD Radio 96.1 FM 900 AM. I'm your host, Sincerely Sarita. It's Artist Tuesday, so shout out to all the artists, the creatives out there. I have the privilege of welcoming an artist to join me in studio. He's a singer, songwriter, producer, and composer. His name is Doug C. Jr.
Hello.
And he's back in the lounge, because this isn't his first time here, but he's back in the lounge to share his latest joint, right? Not only that, but, to just bust it up with us and catch up. Yeah, his sound, just to give you an idea, fuses like soulful vibes with a little R&B, some tracks, some acoustic funk. You'll hear for yourself. But welcome, Doug.
Thank you. Sincerely, Sarita. Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
Of course. So first and foremost, how you doing?
I'm all right.
How's life?
I'm doing well. I'm blessed. I'm staying warm.
Right.
But life is good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make this thing work. With work, full-time job, and still pushing the dream. So
yeah,
that's pretty much it.
So what do you do full time?
So full time I work for Sears, air duct cleaning and carpets and upholstery.
Okay, so you in store or you go to people's homes?
No, services out in people's homes all day.
Wow.
I'm in a truck, usually by myself.
Yeah, singing.
Yeah.
It's like singing and rolling out.
Yeah, singing, rolling out. Listening to a lot of different music and stuff like that. Just catching the vibe in the truck.
Yeah.
But I come up with some different songs. Some ways to try to channel my frustrations throughout the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the job.
Yeah. Gotta make that money.
Yeah.
To fund the dream.
Yes.
So on Tuesdays we like to do Thankful Tuesday. Just share, in the effort of just giving up good vibes, share who or what we're thankful for. So in this moment, who or what are you feeling thankful for?
I'm definitely thankful for, first of all, the opportunity to be here with y'all. I just threw that in there. But I'm thankful for family. That's a very, very, very important part of my life.
Yeah.
Very thankful for them and everything that they do for me, support.
Yeah.
And thankful for the gift of music and the ability to be able to communicate my feelings and thoughts to people and connect like that. Like, that's dope.
Has that always been your preferred form of communication or expression, like music, or is that something you kind of grew into?
Yeah, I was always musically inclined. I guess I didn't really start writing and recording songs till a little later, probably I was like 16 or 17.
Okay.
But yeah, as a kid, I made a lot of noise. I banged on a lot of things.
I was about to say, did you play? Is this an instrument that I'm hearing?
Yeah. So I kind of played around with the piano. We had like this old piano in the house, like upright, and my mom, my dad, they got from like a nursing home or something like that. They were trying to get rid of it. And so we had it in the living room, and I would play around on it. It was out of tune, it was just bad. But I played on it anyway, and so they saw that, and they kind of, they put me in a few lessons. Okay. But outside of that, I was pretty much just banging on stuff until they got me a drum set, and I banged on that for a while.
Then you had something proper to bang on.
Yeah. So I made a lot of noise. So I guess you could say that. Yeah, that was definitely a form of communication for me, and a way for me to get ideas out.
For me, it was writing. So as a kid, like I definitely did a lot of poetry.
Yeah.
That's where my writing started. It was poetry, and then it progressed to stories, and then it was other people's stories, and then it was journalism.
You still write poetry?
I do, but it's not the way that I used to.
Okay.
But yeah, it's still there. It's still there. Like even when I talk, sometimes I'll just stop and be like bars. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Like
good.
you know when you don't intend to say something that has a flow to it, but then your spirit recognizes. You're like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah,
It's still there.
Still there. You don't lose it.
That's for sure. So your background, like you come from a musical family.
Yeah. So my mom and my dad and my sister, for that matter, they all sing.
Okay.
They all sing. I'm really the only one. Excuse me. I'm only the only one pursuing being an artist, but they could all do it in their own right. Oh, you know what? My sister, she played clarinet in middle school. So people don't even know, man. She probably is like, why is he telling everybody all this? But you know, she's definitely very musically inclined. Like she has an ear. Like you know, like I played my music for her first, and she's like the Russian judge. Like she just like, it's not good.
Yeah.
Try again.
I just want to say, what have you learned from her?
Oh man, just how to be direct, like, and how to kind of discern what it is that I want to do in the music or in just different situations creatively, and just get it done. You know, like she's not afraid to just ask people like exactly what's on her mind. Like, you know, I think I want this done, and it needs to be this way, and that's it. And sometimes I could be like a little more laid back with it.
Okay.
And you know, just need to be more upfront with things. So.
Are you older or is she?
She's older.
Okay, she's the big sister.
Yeah, yeah, that's big sis.
That's what she's like. Yeah, so I'm gonna need
sis.
this, like that.
Right.
I'm little mom around here.
You know, little big bro.
That definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
So, at what point did you realize that you wanted to seriously pursue it? Because you know, you mentioned that your mom, your dad, your sister, none of them maybe necessarily pursued it to the extent that you're doing right now. What was that shift for you, or that moment when you realized like? You were different.
The turning point was I was in school. I was in my sophomore year at LaSalle University. By that time, I had switched my major from business to broadcast journalism.
Okay.
In your warehouse,
right?
You know, so I kind of pictured myself, you know, like me, you know, talking to people or being on TV or whatever. So I was like, oh, you know, I could do it. And I was doing okay in the classes, but you know, it just wasn't really striking anything in me enough for me to really be focused enough to, you know, finish it and finish out strong.
Yeah.
So at that point, I started searching for like music schools, and then I told my sister, and she started searching, and then she found a school in Orlando called Full Sail University, and it was then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna do this with my life. Like I was, like in between classes, I was making beats and everything like that. Like it was always there, but once I decided to go to school for it, it was like, all right, you know, I'm just gonna step all the way out on it and, you know, make it work.
Yeah.
So that was the decision. That was exactly like when that happened. Sophomore year of college.
So you transferred from LaSalle to Full Sail.
Yeah.
What did the parents think about that?
They were supportive, man. I didn't know how they were going to take it. And you know, both of my parents are pastors, and so I was.
Oh, you're a preacher's kid.
Yeah.
Me too.
Oh, nice PKs. What's up? High five. Yeah. So I was you know, I was helping out at church, and so I'm playing, I'm helping the choir, so I was like, man, they probably gonna be like, I'm sure you want to stay, but no, they didn't.
Close to home.
Yeah, they didn't make it difficult for me at all. You know, they were like,
that's good.
This is what you want to do. I said, yeah, for sure. And they did everything in their power to make that transition seamless for me.
What was that like for you going into the full dive of it? Like you're pretty much taking a risk at this point.
Yeah.
Like you're leaving home in every sense of of the sense of it. But so what was it like to take that full deep dive into it?
I mean, it was a little unsettling at first, but then I'm a predominantly optimistic person. So
Predominantly optimistic. That might be the first time I heard that.
So I tend to think about things, that are going to go the right way. So I'm like, all right, man, I'm going to be able to go down there and meet people, and I'm gonna have a place to stay, and you say, the classes aren't going to be too hard. I'm just thinking of things. So the adjustment period wasn't long for me. So I was in an apartment by myself, living by myself. That was a big adjustment. Before then, I hadn't done that.
Did you know how to cook?
I know how to cook a few things. I'm heavy. I'm heavy on breakfast.
True.
Heavy on breakfast.
Breakfast for lunch and dinner.
right. Frozen foods. That ain't really cooking. Just heating it up. And spaghetti and steakums. I'm saying I was the
steakums. You can do something with, man.
I was the steakums king.
Yes. Shout out to DJ Frosty Phoenix. I noticed you've been chefing lately, and like putting it in the Insta stories too. And because he's on a clean and cooking kick. Let me get that right.
Cooking kick, all right.
Cooking kick, yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Like he's chefing it up. But yeah, that is a major adjustment.
Yeah, so that was the big part. Shopping for food and everything. But other than that, it didn't hurt too bad.
How? Because first of all, not easy being an artist, especially not someone who's like, you're going to school full time, you're out here performing, you're traveling as a result of this gift that you have and this dream that you're pursuing and building. You get knocked down sometimes. Like, how do you maintain your optimism? Do you have those moments where like maybe you're not the most optimistic, and how you get yourself out of that? Get yourself back to balance.
Had those moments every other day. But
you sound about right.
But I have conversations, like me and my guy CJ, we talk all the time. I'm saying about things that we need to do, things that are happening for us, that that we kind of compare it to things that weren't happening before. And so we make sure that we keep a close eye on our progress. And that's the way that I encourage myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I usually talk to God for a while, and then I think about the things that weren't happening before. I'm like, you know what, man, we made a lot of progress, man. Like, let me just chill. Let me lay off myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a process, and it doesn't happen as fast for certain people. Yeah. And in the same way, somebody might be looking at me like, what's happening for him is not happening for me.
Yeah.
So a big thing is not comparing your journey as well. That's what I learned.
That is absolutely true.
Yeah.
Loves, if you're just tuning in, I am chatting with Doug C. Jr.
Yeah.
He's a singer, songwriter, producer, and composer. Back in the lounge after some time. I know you were here, I think, back when Keaton was hosting.
Yep.
So it's been a while. And so now I'm getting to know him and learn more about his story. So stay tuned. If you want to join the conversation, you always can do that. 215-634-8065. You can also call in toll free 866-361-0900. Are you optimistic? How do you restore your optimism after you've been knocked down? That's definitely something worth discussing. But you're in a lounge, WURD Radio 96.1 FM 900 AM. We'll be back after these messages.
Brothers and sisters! Don't miss The Source. Weekdays 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on WURD Radio, WURDradio.com, and the WURD Radio app.
Are you stressed from work and daily life? Are you lacking the confidence to become the person you want to be? Do you want to take your healthy lifestyle to the next level? If so, let's work together. Hello, I'm Helana, your resident self-care strategist. 14 years ago, I started my very own wellness journey, and since then have been able to help hundreds of people to regain control of their lives through yoga, meditation, and plant-based eating. If you want lasting lifestyle changes and to build healthy habits that will grow with you, text me your email address right now. I know you have your phone in your hand at 267-281-3890. Again, that's 267-281-3890. Text me your email address to receive your very own self-care guide.
Listen live at wordradio.com.
My mom is stronger than anyone I've ever known. Growing up when life got hard, her strength helped pull us through. Even after her heart failure diagnosis, she remained stronger than ever.
My family's support keeps me strong. Together, we're rising above heart failure.
Heart failure doesn't have to steal your strength. For simple steps you can take to help prevent, improve, or manage heart failure, go to riseabovehf.org.
Word TV. We're streaming live video of this conversation right now. Tune in on YouTube at onWURD or on Facebook at forward. Word TV. Black Talk Media.
The Lounge with Sincerely Sarita. Sincerely Sarita. Right now on Word Radio.
She only hates me because she loves me. She loves me not, but her feeling sure. Should I stay or should you go? Do we fantasize like fools gold? But what's that we used to say when we would kiss and start our days? Before you left out from work, you would hug me and call me jerk. Slow down my love, 'cause we're running out of time. Embrace my love, and I'm only trying. Why would I lie, baby? Why would I lie to you? Why would I lie, baby? Why would I lie? It's true. Here's our story. A familiar story. Gave me the lead when I said no. Do we stand here and watch our dreams go? Will I ever be ready for the show? The show. But stop that. I know your games and I still love you. So I know your ways. You played my mind 1,000 times. So tell me what's your favorite line. Slow down my love, 'cause we're running out of time. Embrace my love, and I'm only trying. Why would I lie, baby? Why would I lie to you? Why would I lie, baby? Why would I lie? It's true. Why would I lie, baby? Why would I lie to you? Why would I lie, baby? Why would I lie? It's true. Why to you. Why would I lie, baby? Why would I lie? It's true. Why would I lie, baby? Why would I lie? Would I lie to you? Why would I lie, baby? Why would I lie? It's true. Why would I lie, baby? Why would I lie to you? Why would I lie, baby? Why would I lie? It's true. Why would I lie, baby? Why would I lie to you? Why would I lie, baby? Why would I lie? It's true.
That's Doug C. Jr. with Why Would I Lie? And he's joining me in studio. That's his latest record.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's it. That's a nice little vibe there.
Appreciate it.
I was just telling him, like, I'm a sucker. Like, I really love some good runs and some ad-libs. And I heard, why would I lie?
You got them both.
Yeah.
You got them both on there.
So tell us a little bit about this record. Like, how did this come about? Concept behind it.
Why Would I Lie? All right, Why Would I Lie started with the first line of the song, which is, she only hates me because she loves me. I woke up one day. I can't remember if I was going through something at that.
I was going to say, so did she hate you then? You woke up like, she hates me.
Yeah.
Because she loves me.
I can't remember if I was going through something at the time or if I was like reflecting on a situation, but you know, it was accurate, you know, for a certain point in my life. So like, you know, she hates me because she loves me, right? And so I like the juxtaposition of those words together. So I hit him up. I was like, I got a line, yo. And then
Is that how your songs usually come to you? Like it's just a line first?
Sometimes, or CJ Branch here. Sometimes he'll just have a complete like idea, like a song or like a first verse or something like that, and we'll just build it out from there. So those are usually the two ways. Like, so either it's already idea he's been working on, or it's me like, yo, I got a melody and like 2 lines. Like let's build this from there. So this particular time was a line I had and a line he had. So he was thinking about the Why Would I Lie? He was just playing with that in his head. We brought them together, wrote it. He's playing the guitar, and we just kind of fleshed it out, fleshed the idea out, and put the chords on there, and it came to like that.
So, do you have background singers, or you lay all your own background vocals?
I do all my background vocals. Usually I'll think about them like on the way to the studio. I just want to like kind of catch a vibe while I'm listening to the record in the car. But usually I just just kind of like just a vibe thing, because I want it to feel natural. But I stack the vocals, stack the harmonies and everything pretty much by myself.
How long does that usually take you?
Not
because I don't know how to do that. Like so I'm just curious. Like
not long anymore. Like we're so like we do it so automatically now. Like I probably finish a song in 40 minutes, 45 minutes. So that part in particular, probably takes me like maybe 15, 20 minutes. Like sometimes I'm really in there for a while. I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, no, that's the wrong note. But usually not long. It's like it's a background. Like when you have like a church background, you just like picking notes and singing in harmony is it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you could do a song now in like 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
What's the process been like to get to that point of being able to knock a song out in 40
Rough.
Like,
been-
where did you start at? How
rough.
long ago was that?
Man, like I started recording songs in my cousin's living room.
It's either you was in the living room, the basement, or the bedroom.
Yeah. So we was in the living room, and we would cut the air conditioner off in the summertime, and we would have the 52 buses running outside the window, so we had to record in between. Yeah, when the bus was coming. But I was like 16, 17, and we would take all night to get an idea out, and so then that formed into me recording some things in Florida when I was down there, and so got the time down a little bit more. And then when I came and started working with these guys, by these guys I mean CJ Branch, Harry Wilson, Sean Boyd, and so we started working, and CJ would always make sure that I had the music ahead of time.
Okay.
And, so
Shout out to the professionalism.
Yeah. He always stressed to me like, because nobody wants to spend all day in the studio. Just not getting any.
It seems like not if they're serious about what they're doing.
Not like, and it's cool to be there for a while if you're getting something done, but nobody wants to be there when they're not getting anything done. So I just made a point to like really know the records before I got there, and that helps. And that really got the time down. And Harry really works as a producer and engineer really well. And so we have an established relationship now. So he knows almost what I'm thinking before I think it. And so all of that helps relationship and preparedness.
Yeah. So what have you learned about like when it comes to working with people as a creative? Like what is it that you need in your partnerships? In order to be able to produce the art?
Honesty. I would say that's the top thing. And before we go any further, I do want to shout out to CJ Branch, Harry Wilson, and Sean Boyd as the producers of Why Would I Lie, and me, CJ, and Jay Rubin. We wrote the song together. So
CJ chilling over there.
Yeah,
I mean, if he want to hop on, he said nah.
He all the way on ice, chilling. But yeah, honestly, I would say first and foremost, you can't get anywhere with guys just telling you fake like, oh, it's hot, and it's not. Like it's like we're tight. Like don't spare my feelings and nothing like that. Like let's get down to the truth. Let's see what needs to be changed. And I'm highly critical of myself. Like when I'm in a booth and I'm singing, I'm like, that was sharp. Like we got to do it again. We got to do it again. And sometimes they got to tell me like, nah, that was good. Like chill out. So just like honesty, respect. The professionalism, all of those things really come together there.
So at this point, you've been an artist since like 16, like really starting to get into it.
Yeah.
And how old are you now?
I'm 29.
29. So you got years in this joint. Like,
yes.
What's the difference between the artist you were then and the artist that you've become at this point in your life?
I know more who I am now as an artist. What I want to say, and I guess I attribute that more to just life and experiences. The way I see life, and how I've affected people and people have affected me. It's just it creates your outlook.
Yeah.
So that helps to, I guess, formulate who I am as an artist. My message.
So, and I was just about to say, you mentioned like what you want to say at this point. What is that? What do you want to say through your art?
It's definitely just a message of, there's love in there, of course.
Yeah.
It's always going to be love. I'm an R&B guy. But also, I have just an underlying theme of just respect for just emotional connections with people. Like the stories are important.
Yeah.
And connecting with people is important. And also on top of that, speaking on relationships and everything from a perspective other than just the physical.
Mhm.
You know, like
Yeah.
the writing that we do really delves into, you know, the emotional and the mental space of where you are, because I just didn't want to be like another R&B guy who's just like projecting, you know, just like, you know, sex or whatever.
Mhm.
Like, it's just not my vibe.
Mm.
And so I wanted to do it a little differently as far as the writing is
Yeah.
concerned. So we spend most of our time on each and every word. Like, it's a painstaking process, but it's important to me.
I would definitely say, at least from my perspective, I could definitely go for a little more depth
Yeah.
in the R&B scene, especially from men,
Mm-hmm.
from black men, because that just doesn't. It's just a lot of sex and a lot of objectification of women. Don't get me wrong. Like I don't. In terms of the physical, yeah, there's a time and place for that.
Right.
But that just I'm not saying that's all that's out there, but that is what's dominating and has been dominating for some time.
Right.
And I do think that it is having an impact on our culture and how we view relationships and how we even
That's a good
interact
point.
in relationships. So,
Right.
you know, for you all to be working from a space of being intentional about there's, you know, what you're portraying and what you're saying, that there's more to relationships than the physical.
Mhm.
And we're choosing words that we know are going to speak to those other sides of it.
Yeah.
I think it's so important. Like,
Thank
it's
you.
needed right now.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It's coming.
Loves, if you're just tuning in, I'm chatting with Doug C. Jr. He's a
Yeah.
singer, he's a songwriter, producer, and composer. He has a new joint out, right? And we just played it for you all. We'll probably end up playing it back again, so you know, get that feel for it. In case you missed it, you're gonna hear it now. It's called "Why Would I Lie?" Anything that you want to like say about this record? You want to set it up for some folks who might just be catching it right now?
Oh man, it's just it's, why would I lie? It's just that conversation that you have with your significant other. It's the question that a lot of women hate.
Fair.
You ask them, why would I lie? Why would you lie? You know, and then they run the whole list down. Why would you lie? But we use that anyway. But yeah, you know, it starts off with the first line. She only hates me because she loves me, and that, you know, that pretty much seals it up.
Well, hopefully, you know, whoever gets to listen to this track now, they love you. That they'll just love you. They don't have to deal with the hate side of it.
Hope so.
So, Loves, you're in the lounge right now and about to hear Doug C. Jr. with Why Would I Lie? So, you know, we got to pay some bills first. But then once we do that, you'll hear that. Okay? So stay tuned. We'll be back after these messages.
Brothers and sisters! Don't miss The Source. Weekdays 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Word Radio. WordRadio.com and the Word Radio app.
Okay, kids, Dad's gonna teach you how to dance. First, spread your feet apart. Then, pump your knee, nod your head, shake your hips, and bite your lip ever so slightly. Now, with one hand in the air, point at people with the other hand. I call that the rock star.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
Now, make a face like it just smells something bad.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Support independent black media and join the Forward movement now at 215-425-7875 or visit wordradio.com. Word TV. We're streaming live video of this conversation right now. Tune in on YouTube at onWURD or on Facebook at Forward. Word TV. Black Talk Media. The Lounge with Sincerely Sarita. Sincerely Sarita. Right now on Word Radio.
All right, we done paid them bills, and now we're going to play this new record by Doug C. Jr. It's dropping when?
November 18th.
November 18th. All right, y'all. So was
Get
that
ready.
like 8 days? The countdown is like on.
It's coming.
So let them know the name of the record, and let's get into it.
Name of the record is Why Would I Lie?
She only hates me because she loves me. She loves me not, but her feeling sure. Should I stay or should you go? Do we fantasize like fool's gold? But what's that we used to say when we would kiss and start our days? Before you left out from work, you would hug me and call me jerk. Slow down my love, 'cause we're running out of time. Embrace my love, and I'm only trying. Why would I lie, baby? Why would I lie to you? Why would I lie, baby? Why would I lie? It's true. Here's our story, a familiar story. Gave me the lead when I said no. Do we stand here and watch our dreams go? Will I ever be ready for the show? The show. But stop that. I know your games and I still love you. So I know your ways. You played my mind 1,000 times. So tell me what's your favorite line. Slow down my love, 'cause we're running out of time. Embrace my love, and I'm only trying. Why would I lie, baby? Why would I lie to you? Why would I lie, baby? Why would I lie? It's true. Why would I lie, baby? Why would I lie to you? Why would I lie, baby? Why would I lie? It's true. Why would I lie, baby? Why would I lie to you? Why would I lie, baby? Why would I lie? It's true. Why would I lie, baby? Why would I lie? Would I lie to you? Why would I lie, baby? Why would I lie? It's true. Why would I lie, baby?
You're back in the lounge on WURD Radio 96.1 FM 900 AM. That was Doug C. Jr. with Why Would I Lie?
Yeah.
It's his new record. It's dropping November 18th in 6 days. Correction to my wonky math. 6 daes. How's it feel?
Oh, it feels good, man. We've had that record. I don't know, man. How long? I don't know, like 2 years, something like that. I think it's been like written and we've had the music, but you know, we're just waiting on the right time and waiting on certain pieces to really come together, waiting on it to come together sonically.
When did you know it was time?
Oh man, everybody sat down and got to listen, and it was like, yeah, okay. All right.
Let's do it.
I was done. Like, you know, I finished up my vocals and I was like, it's just nothing else that I can add. Like, you know, and so I handed it off to them and then they make the proper changes or whatever, you know, musically or vocally, whatever needs to move around. And then, you know, everybody got a final listen, pass it around, and it was like, yeah, and then it's time, and it's cold, it's blue loving weather. So it's just like, you know, it's time, you know, we don't miss that window.
It's all about the art of timing, y'all.
Yes.
You got to be patient.
Right.
All right. So, with this dropping on the 16th.
18th.
18th.
What's happening on the 16th?
That's what I need to figure out, because now I'm scaring myself. I really need to figure out what's happening on the 16th.
Check your calendar, man.
Happening on the 18th, in 6 days. There's something else that's happening on the 18th. Though.
Yes. And you need to be there. I have a show coming up at Silk City on Spring Garden. The 18th starts at 7 p.m. It's going to be me. Obviously, there's Mare.
Shout out to Mare, friend to the show.
Oh,
yeah, she's went through.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because she just dropped new music, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Single was hot.
Yeah.
We got Arthur Thomas and Funkatorium, and we have Lucas Wolf.
Nice.
And Devin Farrell.
Okay, so y'all coming with it. Y'all coming with it. Okay, I see y'all.
Yeah.
So what are you like? Just doing this song? You want to do some other ones that you tossing in the mix?
Oh yeah. We got a few. Like we got a few new joints, but I'm doing a full set. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be good, man. And on top of that, we got a few DJs coming out. We got A Boogie coming out. We got my man Naj B coming down from Chester, so it's gonna be a good vibe.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna do a few songs, a few new ones. I actually have another new song with me. If y'all want to let me play it, I could do that for y'all. You know, I could just sneak it in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, we looking for songs that have in rotation from Philly artists specifically.
Yeah.
So yeah, however we can support.
This one ain't even out yet. I just gonna give y'all a sneak peek.
Exclusive.
Yeah, exclusive.
How we need to get it?
I mean, I don't know if we need to hook it up. Like,
you got an email? Can you email it?
I can email it to you.
Yeah,
all right.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
You know, we
like, man, what?
Frosty, like, where's that?
He's like, send it over now, man.
We enjoy exclusives over here. I mean,
I got you.
I'm just saying, but yeah, shout out to the show that's going down.
Yes, and
you got a few other shows coming up too.
Yeah, we have one more show in New York on the 29th.
Okay.
That is, what is it called? Urban Soul Underground? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're looking to go up there and share some good vibes, share some good music with the New York folk.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can, get a nice crowd out there and, spread the word.
Yeah.
I mean, find this track.
Loves, if you are not already following Doug C. Jr., you can do so over on Facebook. And he's made it so easy. You can. He has 2 accounts. There's @Doug C. Jr.
Right.
Like literally, this is his name.
Yep.
And then there's Doug C. Jr. Music. So you can follow both of those pages to stay updated on what he has going on and to learn more about his show that's happening the 18th, which is the same day that his new single, Why Would I Lie, drops. You've heard that. If you've been staying tuned into the show, you heard that twice, right? So you now know he's on your radar. And so on the 18th, that record will be dropping. The show is happening. Silk City, 7 p.m.
Yes.
Don't have to RSVP, just ticks at the door.
Ticks at the door.
Yeah.
I'm on Instagram as well, under the same tag.
Yeah, that's why I put out the Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry. You said that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you on Twitter too? Or
Twitter, that's where I talk all my trash at. You know what I'm saying?
I was just about to say, which one do you prefer more, Twitter or Instagram?
Oh, man. I like Twitter better because, you know, I fancy myself a witty person.
I'm about to go check you out on Twitter. Let me see what you're talking about.
I think I'm funny, man. So I just, you know, I follow a lot of funny people. So I like that constant movement, and you know, Twitter is still pretty much chronological. So you can still understand what's happening. You know, Instagram and switch it up a little bit, and the algorithm.
The algorithm can be really annoying at times.
It's very, very, very strange.
Yeah.
But so yeah, Twitter is better. You know, Instagram is just for the optics. You know.
Yeah, I prefer Instagram. I can't, I have my Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm now nowhere near as active as I used to be.
As a writer.
As a writer, I'm like, no.
You'd rather post selfies.
No, I don't even really like. That's not necessarily my thing.
That's not your world.
And I used to, like, when I was on my, like, really building my brand on that grind, I used to post like multiple times a day, or like set, you know, I had my stuff preset and scheduled and ready to go. But yeah, I don't post as much on my feed. My Insta stories, I'm more likely to post there. But yeah, I don't know. There was a shift, and it was like, no. And then for the show, I do a lot of writing. Like, I write my entire script and stuff. So I'm like, between this and then my company where I do my writing and stuff, it's like, I like to think too much about what I want to say and how I want to say it. You know, Twitter is just,
you just gotta let it fly.
I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna stick with Instagram and write a long caption. I can be those. I can be one of those at times.
You know.
But all right. So we like to do this thing called quick shots.
Yes.
All right, and so it's a one word, one answer type of reaction only situation, and want to get your thoughts, your response on some of these words.
Okay,
right?
There we go.
R&B.
Great.
Church.
Love.
Lies.
Horrible.
Who's your biggest musical influence? That doesn't have to be one word.
That's Stevie Wonder.
All-time favorite record to sing.
Oh man, All I Do.
It's like,
it's a
now it's
jam.
in my head. Like, okay.
Yeah.
One artist who is underrated.
Nick Hakim.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check him out. I don't think I've ever heard of him.
See,
Nick Hakim.
There you go.
Is he like Philly based? What's his?
No, I think he's from New York. But he's just a dope artist.
Singer?
He's a singer and he's a guitar player, and he's just really, really, really good writer. Like, it's just like real laid back vibes.
Okay. They getting the music situation worked out behind the scenes if you're tuned in.
Is that it?
So we can do the exclusive situation here. So, you know, when you getting that stuff on the spot, you got to adjust and make it happen. So that's what we're doing over here. I think Frosty, I think they ready for you.
On the fly. All right, you want to email it to yourself.
Gonna get this ready, y'all. All right, so Nick Hakim, I'm gonna definitely have to check him out. His music is like on streaming platforms.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Finish the sentence, one word only. Dear black man.
Continue.
Dear black woman.
Resist.
All right. So a few general last minute questions. Who's one Philly artist that you love to work with?
Is it that I would love to?
Mm-hmm.
Jasmine Sullivan.
We do a whole Jasmine Sullivan day here.
Yeah?
Yes, we've made it a holiday. It's a word holiday. I said so in the lounge. It's a word holiday. We played her music all day.
Jasmine Sullivan.
Yeah. I don't even think I thought of that. I don't think that's what we put on the flyer.
Take
Is it okay?
It's all right.
Is it okay with you? I love that.
All rights,
Jasmine Soliday.
all rights reserved.
And I'm gonna shout you out when we do it next
Thank
time. I'm gonna give credit to you.
Yes.
And let's see. Last thing. What's one non-negotiable when it comes to your artistry? Like especially as it pertains to the business side of it.
The business side. I guess it would be like just no like funky, like weird, like deals or like dishonest people. I can't.
You go off of vibes?
Somewhat vibes, but really the word of people that I trust. Like if that doesn't check out with them, then I can't really move on it. And if nobody knows the person, then yeah, obviously we would have to go in and kind of feel our way through it. But that's just something I can't like. I'm gonna end up doing like I'm gonna be mad,
Yeah.
So I just wouldn't,
Sounds like integrity.
Yeah.
Integrity is important.
Yeah, for sure.
We ready? We on queued up? No? Okay. I'm checking it. So maybe we'll take a break, and then when we come back on the other side, we can give them a little taste of this.
Yeah. Oh.
We'll take a break. We have break minute anyway. Okay, so you're in the lounge on WURD Radio 96.1 FM 900 AM. Stay tuned when we come back on the other side. You're going to get a little bit of taste of another unreleased record by Doug C. Jr. Be right back.
EcoWord. Wednesdays on Reality Check with Charles Ellison.
4 p.m. till 7 p.m.
Right here on Word Radio.
And WordRadio.com.
Hi, this is John.
Hi, this is Juanita, owners of JD's Auto Body and Painting. We're located at 6300 Wayne Avenue, right there at the intersection of Wayne and Washington Lane.
We really like to thank all you Word listeners for the support that you've given our business, and we really hope to see you in the future.
JD, tell them about our products and services we have.
We have a new state-of-the-art paint shop along with our body shop and detail shop. We can help you with the dents and scratches from the winter season.
Come to JD's Auto Body and Painting. Come on out and check us out. We're still honoring that Word 10% discount. Give us a call, 215-848-5949. Again, 215-848-5949.
Thanks again for supporting our business. We really appreciate you.
See you at JD's Auto Body and Painting.
Are you stressed from work and daily life? Are you lacking the confidence to become the person you want to be? Do you want to take your healthy lifestyle to the next level? If so, let's work together. Hello, I'm Halana, your resident self-care strategist. 14 years ago, I started my very own wellness journey, and since then have been able to help hundreds of people to regain control of their lives through yoga, meditation, and plant-based eating. If you want lasting lifestyle changes and to build healthy habits that will grow with you, text me your email address right now. I know you have your phone in your hand at 267-281-3890. Again, that's 267-281-3890. Text me your email address to receive your very own self-care guide.
Planning a trip? Make sure you have everything you need. Sunscreen? Check. Charger? Check. ID? After October 1st, 2020, you'll need a Real ID driver's license or photo ID card or another TSA-approved form of ID to board a domestic flight. If you want to keep using your PA driver's license or ID card to fly, you may want to upgrade it to a Real ID. For more information on how to get started, visit penn.gov/RealID.
Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
We are progressive and proud and interactive. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at onWURD. This is Word Radio, 96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD Philadelphia. Streaming live at WordRadio.com. Word TV. We're streaming live video of this conversation right now. Tune in on YouTube at onWURD or on Facebook at ForWord. Word TV. Black Talk Media.
The Lounge with Sincerely Sarita. Sincerely Sarita. Right now on Word Radio.
And we're back with Doug C. Jr. And, you know, he was gracious enough to give us this kind of exclusive little bit of, you know, just a little bit of taste of an unreleased record. So, Doug, I'm going to let you set it up and tell folks a little bit about it.
All right. Song is called I Fell For You. I guess the premise of the song is pretty much covered in the title. You know, it's another relationship song. It's kind of about a guy who just fell for a girl. He's trying to figure out how the heck it happened. Pretty much that's it, man. Written by me and CJ Branch.
All right, here we go.
How you do that? I'm messing around and fall for you.
I know I'm different, but I'm tailor-made for you. And if you're missing something, let me be it for you. Smoke lifting from miles made for kissing and clouds reminiscing. Now there's nothing missing. I think it's something like a dream, girl. And this is probably just a dream, girl. And then you bless me like I sneeze, girl. Probably take you to mama's, you're a sweet girl. It wasn't the plan to fall for love with someone like you. Gotta go slow where we can do the dance that lovers do. I took a L and I fell for you. I wasn't even trying, but girl, I'm not denying. I fell for you. I'm not saying that I'm in love, but I'm addicted like a drug, yeah. I fell for you. The change is strange, but we both want the same things, baby. I fell for you. Ooh, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you whisper my name, baby. Let's forget about whatever stage we in, 'cause you a lady and you radiant. I know sometimes you wondering if this will ever end, but this is evidence we're always relevant, 'cause I'll ride for you and get the bad thoughts out the way. You could be my girlfriend and my babe. Leave tomorrow alone for today.
That was Doug C. Jr. with
I Fell For You.
So I feel like I heard so many of the artists that I fell in love with as I was like.
Do tell.
I definitely I felt the music Soul Child vibe in that for sure.
One of my favorite artists.
Maybe a little Ryan Leslie. In the way that you handled your notes and stuff. But like, who are some artists that have inspired your sound?
Yeah, definitely. You know, music is in there. As I mentioned before, Stevie. We obviously have different vocal ranges, but his writing and just his musicianship. A little further back, Nat King Cole. I try to model some of my vocal styling after him. You know, him being like a tenor baritone type feel. Who else, man? I listen to so much music.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for these tracks. Like,
thank you.
I'll be streaming.
It's coming out, man. The project. We trying to get it out like next year.
2020.
Yeah, 2020 for sure. But the project is entitled "Lend Me Your Ear," and you know we're working on it.
That's what's up.
Really, really hard.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
What, in closing, because we can close out on this. What words of wisdom might you offer other artists, other creatives out there who are on their journey?
Well, like I said before, when you do get frustrated, because that will happen, try not to compare the timing of your journey with anybody else's, because that is an easy way to get even more frustrated. But you know, on the good side, continue to stay true to your creativity. What you feel is what you want to say, and you know, don't compromise your message. Don't flim on the important stuff. Do the work. Study. study. I don't mean just notes on a page. I mean like just listen to great artists and continue to search for new music, and the influences will kind of build up a catalog for you to just, make you into a greater artist.
Yeah. I love it. All right, let folks know where they can find you at, follow you at. I know we dropped it towards the end of the 8 p.m. hour, but we're going to drop it again. That's how we're going to close this out.
So Instagram is my personal page, or my regular page, I guess, is Doug C. Jr., D-O-U-G, the letter C, J-R, Doug C. Jr., and the music page is Doug C. Jr. Music, and it's Doug C. Jr. Music on Facebook and Doug C. Jr. on Twitter.
All right, and if you want to see Doug C. Jr. live, then you need to make sure that you're at Silk City on November 18th, which is the same day that his new single, Why Would I Lie, drops, and you'll be performing there with some really dope friends at 7 p.m. They can get their tickets at the door, but if they follow you online, they can just get all the information that they need about that show and the New York show that you got coming up.
Yes.
All right. All right, thanks for joining us in the lounge, Doug.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. All right, so loves, I promised that we would do a ticket giveaway, right? And we are going to do that. So, Universal Circus is coming up, okay? It's coming up. The box office opens tomorrow, actually, and in addition to Word hooking you up with discounted tickets for a few different shows, we're also giving away family packs of tickets, the 4 tickets. So for those who want to make sure that they have the discount just in case, I'm gonna give you the discount word, the code that you need to have. It's WURD HOT HOT deal. Hot deal. So WURD hot deal. The circus is running from Thursday, November 14th through December 8th. Okay. And so if you want to attend, you're calling in to get your tickets. I think if you want to get them online, you also can use that code, word hot deal. All right. So get that discount. But if you want free tickets, some free 99 tickets, right? We have the family packet. It's 4 tickets that we're giving away right now. So I'm about to give you this number. Y'all know how we do this. First come, first serve. We keep it real simple around here. So if you want those tickets, call in. Here's the hotline number, 215-634-8065. Again, 215-634-8065. That is 4 tickets to the Universal Circus. This is for the show on Sunday, November 17th at 6:30 p.m. So if you're free on Sunday, that's this Sunday actually, at 6:30 p.m., we have 4 tickets for you to go to the Universal Circus. So call in, again, 215-634-8065. Again, 215-634-8065. You can also call in toll free, 866-361-0900. And I'm going to open this up a little bit because I know we do the phone lines, but we don't often do social media. So if you are tuned in to Word TV or Sincerely Sarita, over on IG, I have both of these lives in front of me. If you're available on Sunday, November 17th at 6:30 p.m. and you want these 4 tickets to Universal Circus, just drop an emoji and say I want them before somebody call in. Also, shout out to Andre, who is tuned in over on Word TV. He said, "Why would I lie?" Is fire. He put the fire emoji. So folks giving some feedback. And shout out to whoever just called in and are getting these tickets. I'll let you know who the winner was. But something else, I mentioned a little earlier that Trina, the baddest, got bad in Florida Walmart after a woman who, it sounds like she may have accidentally bumped, like trying to get past, turned around and called her a N-word, B-word with the ER, the N-word, ER, B-word, and sis went off. Like, kept it all verbal, but definitely went off, and cops got called to the scene. She was escorted to her car. doesn't sound like there was any kind of arrest or charges filed or anything like that. But Cynthia chimed in over on Word TV and said, as a Philly transplant, now living in Florida, Trina is not lying. I think they deliberately tried to rile you so they could claim feeling threatened, giving them cause to, quote unquote, stand their ground, if you know what I mean. Listen, the tactics are real. I don't know what the case was down there. I know that these instances that we're seeing, not to say that they weren't already happening, but I think social media and just that little computer that we carry around in our hands and can do so much with, we have the ability now to capture these moments unlike in a way we just never could before. And so, you know, folks have made the comment that they feel like this is happening more often. And I don't know that I always agree with that. I think we're just living in a time where they're more visible. And I do think, yes, this administration, a few other forces are playing a part in rallying a base that is more emboldened. And I said, because we're having instances like this where people are just trying to live their lives like celebrity or not. But we, you know, at least I have had to think about, if I end up in that situation, how am I going to react, right? I want my cooler head to prevail. But you never know, right? And that's important for us all to think about, because we also just had this other situation that went down with a substitute teacher, where I think they're now saying that this substitute teacher, like, bodied this student. I mean, really beat the student up bad, I believe stomped on her head. And this is partially tied to the fact that the student may have called her that as well. Or you referenced an N-word, but that there had been some tension in the classroom up until that. So that was a black teacher, right? This incident with Trina and another Walmart guest was a white woman. So just across the board, like, this is a problem, right? But definitely in terms of the race relations or lack thereof of relations, we gotta. It's a shame that we even have to think about or strategize about what we would do if we're in that situation. And maybe you haven't thought about that. But I know none of us can afford to underestimate how easily you can find yourself in that situation as you're just going about your day. Like, come on, all right, it's Walmart, but she's in Walmart, you know what I mean? Like, trying to check out or do whatever. You might happen to bump somebody, turn around, and boom, it just got real. And we've had multiple instances here in Abington where we're seeing this happen. So just saying, shout out to Cynthia. Appreciate you chiming in on that. And also shout out to our ticket winner, Minnie King. Minnie King, congratulations. You have your family 4-pack to the Universal Circus. It's happening Sunday, November 17th at 6:30 p.m. And loves, like I said, if you want your discount ticket, all you got to do is use that discount code WORD Hot Deal. Again, WORD Hot Deal. The circus is running Thursday, November 14th through December 8th. Speaking of deals, we also have a 4WORD membership deal that is running throughout the month of November. So I want to tell you, make sure you have that on your radar. If you start or renew your 4WORD membership, you will get a free copy of the new Harriet Tubman book. It's titled She Came to Slay: The Life and Times of Harriet Tubman. You remember we featured the author. She's a noted historian and scholar, Dr. Erica Armstrong Dunbar, on our Struggle in Progress panel that went down November 1st. And so, you know, for those who have been trying to figure out, you know, maybe a Christmas gift, you know, something for the holidays, or just how you can support the culture, how you can drive the culture. This station, WURD Radio, is Black-owned, Black-operated. It's the only one in the state of Pennsylvania and one of few in the country, right? So when we're talking about buy Black, when we're talking about support your folks and all of that, you know, here in the lounge alone, I've been doing in this seat for what, 10 months? 11 months now, basically. And when I think about, at this point, the hundreds of folks that have sat down in these seats and told their stories and, you know, promoted their businesses and their art and their work, Like, all of that is possible because of the memberships, because we actually have a studio, because we actually are on FM, AM airways, because we have an app, because we have, social media, live streaming, and podcasting abilities, and all of that costs money, right? All of that takes support. So to those who invest their dollars in a station, please know it's so much bigger than just that annual contribution that you give. Know that money is really being put to work to empower this community. And we're not even talking about the live events that we do, right? I think we did 2 different lounge live events with more to come, prayerfully, and not to mention just all of the other live events that the station does, live broadcast out in the community, whether it's Uncle Bobby's or City Council Live with Vincent Thompson. The station is in the community and in the studio, okay, and the airwaves and the digital front space. So the investment is real. That's all I'm gonna say. The investment is real, and this is a unique opportunity to support independent Black media, and to also learn about the life and times of one of our greatest leaders. Yesterday we were talking a bit about the Harriet Tubman film that's out, the debates all around that. I more so spoke to this piece of it that I've been noticing on social media, with folks saying, "Don't take your kids to go see it," because of its historical inaccuracies. And that didn't necessarily sit too well with me. That was a bit dangerous. Bless you. That was a bit dangerous for me. So, we just got to think about empowering our kids to be able to critically think, right? And how, in order to do that, sometimes it's not necessarily censoring or protecting or sheltering them from something, but giving them context and giving them information, right? So that they can determine what's art and what's real, right? What's art and what's facts, what's history. But yeah, this is a unique opportunity for you to join the onWURD movement. You can do that today, and you can get your free copy of She Came to Slay: The Life and Times of Harriet Tubman. So for more information on that, you can go to wordradio.com. That's WURDradio.com. Or you can call 215-425-7875. Again, that's 215-425-7875. And speaking of those events that we do in a community, I want to take a moment to shout out everyone who showed up for the Sassy Seniors live broadcast that we did this morning into this afternoon, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. The event featured chair yoga with Helena, who is the host of Daybreak onWURD. It had mindful meditation exercises, health and wellness resources, food, and more. It was hosted by Dr. Aaron Smith. Y'all know, the rapping professor. And we did that at West Oak Lane Senior Center over on 72nd and Ogon. So shout out to Keystone First VIP Choice for making that possible as a sponsor, and to all the onWURD members, right, who made that kind of event possible. So we appreciate you, and continue to stay tuned for other events that are coming down the pipeline. So got to get ready to take a quick break. But when we come back on the other side, I don't know if you know, but it's definitely been a lot of chat going on around Whitney Houston. Robin Crawford penned a book titled A Song for You, My Life with Whitney Houston. It's about her friendship, partnership, and intimate relationship with the legend. And so the book is released today, and she's been on a press tour doing interviews, including one with Wendy Williams. Now, I don't know if y'all remember this interview between Whitney and Wendy, but it was rather explosive. It was, some would say, just like the best way to describe it was a classic, because Whitney ain't come to play. But so to see her sit down with Robin and have a discussion about Whitney and to see what all they got into was definitely interesting. But folks have questioned Robin's motives for writing the book, with some pleading, for us, just the public to let Whitney rest, leave her legacy alone. But for others, Robin's perspective and insight they've struck a chord. It's filled in like some missing pieces about her, and in a lot of ways humanized her. So they're also contending that Robin loved Whitney. She was one of her most trusted and beloved confidants, and she has a right to tell her story. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Do you think she has a right to tell her side of the story? Are you even interested in hearing or learning about it? That's what other folks are like. It's 2019. Like, we've all gotten past this. We've seen the documentaries, yada, yada, yada. Like, this seems to be just another person trying to gain financial benefit. But let me know your thoughts. 215-634-8065. You can also call in toll free, 866-361-0900. I'm your host, Sincerely Sarita. You're in the lounge on WURD Radio 96.1 FM 900 AM, and of course, Word TV. We'll be back after these messages.
Get your money straight.
Get my money right.
With Solomon Jones and Akbar Hassan.
Fridays on Wake Up with Word.
7 a.m. till 10 a.m. Hosted by Solomon Jones. Exclusively on Word Radio. 96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD.
Streaming live on wordradio.com and on the Word Radio app.
Celebrate the life and legacy of jazz icon Art Blakey on November 16th with Messenger Legacy. The Annenberg Center brings together multiple generations from the Jazz Messenger's 200-plus alumni to pay tribute to Art Blakey and the jazz legacy he created. Led by drummer Ralph Peterson and featuring Bobby Watson, SCA, Brian Lynch, Bill Pierce, and Zakai Curtis. See Messenger Legacy on November 16th at the Annenberg Center. Get tickets at annenbergcenter.org. WordRadio.com.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck as a gift to Dave 2037, so he can spend it on things like anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman, something cool like that. I think Dave 2037 deserves it. He worked hard. What are you getting Steve 2037?
I guess I was thinking Steve 2037 would just fend for himself.
Well, all right, but don't expect to be borrowing my anti-gravity boots.
You want to have money in your future? You got to start saving now. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Hey, let's just hope Steve 2037 doesn't get his hands on a cold time machine, because he is going to come back here and knock some sense into you.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Word TV. We're streaming live video of this conversation right now.
Tune in on YouTube at onWURD
or on Facebook at Forward.
Word TV.
Black Talk Media.
Hey everybody, we're Kindred, the family soul, and you're listening to The Lounge on 900 AM
and 96.1 FM
WURD.
They're gonna beat with another hitter. Did you violate it?
Don't stop, put it on your night. No, I'm hot, tell them on fire. I won't lie, feeling you all night. Let's get high, blow it up to the sky. Don't wake up looking at me, got me feeling away. Retention, I can't focus, I want you to stay. 'Cause you're too damn nasty, and I'd be stupid if I let your fucks and ask me. Now, I want you to stay the night. Tomorrow, let's catch a flight.
You're back in the lounge on WURD Radio 96.1 FM 900 AM. I'm your host, Sincerely Sarita. Artist Tuesday, y'all. Shout out to DJ Geek bringing, a flashback, a little taste of the Geek and Mix. We're not always able to play like the entire mix. So what we usually do is just give you all a snippet of it. And then, of course, tell you to go to Mixcloud, like to check out the full-length version. So if there's ever a time like where we're like, we can let's share a little bit more of, a previous mix. We run that part back so you can hear a newer part of it, just in case, we know everybody don't always go over to Mixcloud or, whatever else the case may be. So that's our way of kind of making sure that you still get to experience all the flavors that she be cooking up. And then, of course, shout out to Carmito coming with this week's Mad Ethnic Musings. That song that you heard, that was Vina Love with Drip. So shout out to her. She joined us in the studio. She's a friend to the show. And, that was a good time chatting with her. I think when she came down, we were interviewed like number 4. She had the Q show and a few other ones. So appreciate the love that was shown there. But anywho, this semi slight deep dive, right? I mentioned that Robin Crawford penned a book. It's titled A Song for You, My Life with Whitney Houston. It's about her friendship, her partnership, her intimate relationship with her. And to put this into perspective a bit, right? So this book it dropped today, and it's coming after 2017's Can I Be Me, which featured like never before seen footage from Whitney Houston's World Tour in 1999. And also coming after 2018's Whitney, that's what it was titled, which covered Whitney's substance abuse and also included, interviews with her family and friends. Now, Crawford this is now like more than 30 years of being out of the public eye, right? Since being with Whitney as a business partner, as a friend, on a romantic level. And she's now coming out of the shadows, essentially. Not that she hasn't been doing her thing, just building her own career. She's out here. She wants folks to know why. So she's 56 now. She's married to her wife Lisa. She actually lives in New Jersey with 10-year-old twins. And so this big question, of course, that folks have been having is why now? Like, after all of this time, after all of these different bodies of work that have been put out examining Whitney's life, why are you putting this out now? And she responded to that. And all of her interviews that she's been doing, I saw 2 today. Well, saw one and listened to one today. One was on the Wendy Williams show, and the other was on Essence.com, like their podcast that they have called Yes Girl. But then I came across another one, a digital interview on, I believe that was the O Magazine, where she was chatting with Lena Waithe. Lena Waithe interviewed her. And so in that interview, this is what she said. I had comfort in my silence for many years. When her daughter, Bobby Christina, passed in 2015, that's when I really felt the need to stand up, hearing the way people were treating Bobby, Whitney, our friendship, and their version of my story. And I felt the legacy of my friend was buried underneath all of that. That's when I had to ask Nip, referring to Whitney, about writing this book. I actually sat there and asked her up above, what do you want me to do? Do you understand why now? Feeling her yes, that was my clearance. When I felt complete in my being that I could have the confidence to stand up and lift her legacy out of the trash, to elevate it and put it back in her hands while also honoring our friendship, that's when I felt ready. So that's what she said in her interview with Lena Waithe, in her interview with Wendy Williams, because Wendy asked her, did you run this book by anyone? Did you, basically get anybody's approval? I think they had just been talking about Bobby Brown, and, the question was kind of like, did he see this book? And so that Crawford said, look, I ran it by the only people that really mattered. That was Whitney. That was my wife and my kids. That was it. And once everyone was good, that's what I decided to do. So for folks who have a feeling that it's not right for her to write a book about this experience, her role in Whitney's life when Whitney's not here to give voice to it, it's like if Whitney wasn't ready to talk about that part of her life when she was alive, then is it fair for this book to be written, right? Especially since so many other people have already spoken on it. And I don't know, I think that's a fair question. I think we have to start at what we did know about Whitney. That's probably the best place. Like, what did she show us about herself? You know, there were interviews where she admitted to substance abuse, defended herself, stood by someone that she loved, even in its levels of toxicity. So at bare minimum, we know Whitney didn't take anyone's ish, okay? She wasn't about to let you talk trash on her name, her talent, etc. We also know that she came up in a time where same-sex anything, especially in her religion or gender fluidity, that just wasn't it. It wasn't likely to be understood or respected, whether it was her religion or the industry or, you know, where she was looking to go in her career, the heights she was looking to reach. It seems, at least to me, very clear that Whitney was about the business of getting to the impact and success that she wanted to have in this world. And that's clear in interviews by her and in comments made by Crawford in her interview with Lena Waithe. And one of those comments, she said, "I knew early on what role I was playing in Whitney Houston's life." She made that very clear. The machine, and when I say machine, I mean the record company. Back then it was much bigger. So my role was, I've got to protect her and let her know what's happening. I would get to the next spot on her itinerary 15 minutes ahead of time to get a vibe for the energy in the room so that when she got there, I could tell her what to expect. We were a team. We always knew she had a bigger purpose, and we were ready for this. We were fearless, ferocious, intelligent, beautiful, strong, and determined. She had me, I had her, and our eyes never left each other, but I knew my role. I was the number two. And so, you know, given the fact that Crawford can put that into perspective and how things have changed, or at least shifted, I should say, because there's so much more change to go, but has shifted in society. If as much that has been said about Whitney, about her daughter, about Crawford, Robin Crawford, you know, given all of that has changed, that's been said, if she were alive, especially given the pivot that she seemed to be making in life at the time that she passed, like, might she speak up and say something? Might this be a part of her story that she shared? I don't know. Like, I could see her possibly getting to that point, but I know her spirituality and her religion did play a big part, and Crawford acknowledged that. It's also now been documented by Crawford herself that there were times when, again, in this interview with Waithe, she mentions there were times when Whitney remained silent when Crawford was under fire. And she said, and I'm quoting her, "And I write in the book, I'd buy gifts for someone from Whitney." So she would go get those gifts, you know, for Whitney to get, so that she can pass it along, gift it to someone. And Bobby would flip. Quoting her again, "And Bobby would flip. When I mean flip, that's when he'd get in my face and Whitney wouldn't say anything." So we know that it gives some context when we're talking about who can tell their story and who cannot, and when Whitney chose to speak up and when she did not, right? What does that all mean? I mean, listen, if nothing else, I think we do know that Robin Crawford played an integral role, not only in Whitney, the talent, the legend that we all knew and loved, because she was also her business partner. You know, or they were in business together, right? But she was also a very big part in her personal life, like relationship-wise or not. That's documented. We know that's fact. Like, she was one of the closest people to her. So how are we as a society determining who gets to tell their story and who doesn't? Right? If you think, let's put ourselves in that situation. Like, if you have folks who maybe you know you've had some really turbulent times with, right? That even when you were alive, if you would not select them to walk up on stage and tell your story, right? You would not allow them to speak for you, and yet when you pass, they speak for you. You know what I mean? Or they speak on you. Would you rather them speak, or would you rather someone who you know really knew you and really had always had your best interests at heart speak? And I got to say, in watching, listening, and reading these interviews, they are all very consistent. There is a certain level of sincerity, and I mean, that's just part of something that I've had to, and been trained on, but still, you know, growing in, reading body language as a journalist, right? Detecting when people adjust. And even in Wendy Williams' interview, when she asked about, you know, the more intimate side of their relationship, you can see Robin get visibly uncomfortable, and she reached for her cup and she took a sip, and, you know, her body language, she crossed her arms. So it doesn't even seem to me that Crawford, it seems like Crawford's still getting adjusted to this, to telling her story. So I don't know. I just didn't feel a level of insincerity with it. And I really didn't see her talk bad on anyone. I felt like there was a certain level of grace that she carried with this. And even in what she gave in those interviews, when she spoke about Whitney, when she spoke about their connection, it just still came off like this. She cared about her. She loved her. And so I don't know. I appreciate her telling her story. And I don't know how many of us would be okay with sitting back and having so many people speak on a relationship of any kind that we had with someone that was the bond that they seemed to have. And to just continuously like take shots, speculate, whatever. Some folks can sit back and do that. Some folks can't. I don't know. I feel like it adds context for her fans. This is a gift to them. But I really feel like if anybody, it seems like Robin Crawford did this for herself and her best friend, for her and Whitney. And I do think that there was some level of restoration that it seems she was looking to do. And, you know, her and Wendy even had a real, they got real about that interview that Wendy and Whitney had. And Wendy mentioned like, hey, I've never even met Whitney. Never met her. I was doing radio at that time. The radio station got me a helicopter, and I flew over her wedding the day they got married, and I saw XYZ, and then I came back to the radio station and I talked about it. But I had never met her. And Robin shared how like they were going through a lot, you know, in terms of people just taking shots at Whitney being the star that she was, and how they would come out of, you know, wherever they were at on the move and get into the car. You know, of course, radio was really, really the thing then. And they would turn it on and hear Whitney talking about them and, you know, talking about her and Robin. And Whitney's like, who is, Robin said, she was like, who is this woman? Like, and Robin looked at Whitney and was like, you know, basically like you was talking about us like you know us, like you are with us every day. So she also got a chance to confront someone who played a part in the pain, the stress that she knows she experienced and Whitney experienced. And she expressed that also in that interview, and said that it had gotten to a point where her and Whitney were their plan was to go to New York, I believe, to Hudson Avenue. And it just, she basically said like post up, because they didn't know what Wendy looked like, but they always heard her talking about them. And she was like, we were going to post up so we can get eyes on you, because we didn't know what you looked like. And Wendy was like, oh my gosh, you know Wendy. She started having her whole moment. And she was like, were you guys going to fight me? Were you going to joke me? And Robin's like, no, we weren't going to do that, but, you know, we wanted to chat. We wanted to have a conversation with you. And, you know, Wendy was just like, I'm not a fighter. I would have ran. You know, like, I don't get into that, which is interesting considering, y'all remember high school? You remember high school. So that was, you know, to know that that's not the life that she's really into or about. Is that's, you know, she's built her career and done her thing with it. But yeah, so, you know, it's like, does Robin not get to have that moment? right? Like when you know someone has had their name in your mouth and not necessarily in the best way. And, even like Robin said, what was between her and Whitney, they worked to keep between them, the friendship, the business, all of that. And so you have people constantly inserting themselves into your life and into whatever is happening. Does a person get a right to say something back, to speak their truth? We tell people all the time to live in authenticity. Part of living an authentic life for a lot of folks means being empowered to own your story, to tell your story. So it's like, as a society, we just got to be mindful, like talking out one side of our necks, and saying something different out our mouths. Like, which one is it? And who gets to determine when someone gets to tell their truth? When they get to live an authentic life and when they don't? I don't know. I just think of stuff we gotta be mindful of, especially from an empathetic point of view. I'm interested in checking out the book personally. I am. Just in hearing the interviews, hearing how she talks about Whitney, some of the stories that she shared, and the sides that she got to see. I'm very interested in that, and I feel like she probably is the best person, one of the best people, if not the best person, to really give a balanced view of what folks saw versus what was happening behind the scenes versus who the actual woman was. They had been friends since like 16 years old, who the real woman was. So, yeah, I don't know. This is my little soapbox, just kind of talking it through with y'all. You want to chime in, feel free to 215-634-8065. Again, 215-634-8065. You can also call in toll free, 866-361-0900. Again, 866-361-0900. You're in the lounge on WURD Radio 96.1 FM 900 AM. I'm your host, Sincerely Sarita. We'll be back after these messages.
Brothers and sisters! Don't miss The Source. Weekdays, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Word Radio, WordRadio.com, and the Word Radio app.
My mother was always very active and independent, and she was familiar with her neighborhood. But one day, she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. She wasn't even really sure where she was at.
It's important for you to talk to someone about it. I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, we'll figure it out.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Be heard. Be heard. Want another way to join the conversation? Follow us on social media using the hashtag onWURD. Be heard. Stay connected to Word Radio. Independent Black Media.
Listen up, Word family. This month we have a really exciting membership offer. If you start or renew your 4Word membership during the month of November, you will get a free copy of the new Harriet Tubman book, She Came to Slay, The Life and Times of Harriet Tubman. We featured the author, noted historian and scholar, Dr. Erica Armstrong Dunbar, on our Struggle in Progress panel earlier this month. This is a unique opportunity to support independent Black media and learn about the life and times of one of our greatest leaders. Join the 4Word movement today and get your free copy of She Came to Slay, The Life and Times of Harriet Tubman. For more information, go to wordradio.com or call 215-425-7875.
Word TV. We're streaming live video of this conversation right now. Tune in on YouTube at onWURD or on Facebook at 4Word. Word TV. Black Talk Media. The Lounge with Sincerely Sarita. Sincerely Sarita. Right now on Word Radio.
This is a story about a little girl and me. Well, it's not so long ago. Wake up today.
get in my line.
It's so funny that you come my way. Was thinking about you just the other day, running around the way, thinking how we used to run away. Thoughts of run away, I know it's crazy as it sounded. You showed me how to soar when they told me stay grounded, but I was born to fly. Sorry when I left home again. You thought that I was roaming when I was just homing in. Told me not to phone it in. That was a great call. Views from the sky, so I take off.
That's Don T featuring Chill Moody with Clear. You're in the lounge on WURD Radio 96.1 FM 900 AM. I'm your host, Sincerely Sarita. Just want to take a moment because on Tuesdays, right, Artist Tuesdays, we try to make sure that all of the music we feature are from Philly-based or tri-state-based artists, right? Or, you know, if we got a special guest that's coming on, maybe they're not from the city, you know, we work their music into the lineup. And tonight we had Bianca Ingram, we had Chalice, we had Doug C. Jr., of course, who joined us in studio and gave us an exclusive listen. It's not even that song, I Fell For You, has not even been released yet. And shout out to the folks that come through and like drop exclusive stuff with us. Like, we do not take that for granted. Like, for real, that's love. That is love. But then also we have Vina Love. Like, Vina's not from this area. She's actually from Harlem, but she came through. She showed love. And then, of course, Don T and Chill Moody, both from Philly. So, you know, we're thinking about this thing on a few different levels, trying to make sure that as many aspects as possible have purpose and intention, right? That's what's important. But anywho, before we get out of here, want to make sure that I put a few headlines on your radar and one quick trend that I missed. So on a local front, I would say it's safe to say that the Met has been popping, y'all. The Live Nation venue reportedly is now averaging more than a dozen shows a month. And for the first time in more than 80 years, they are going to welcome back opera. So the Academy of Vocal Arts, which is located near Rittenhouse Square, they're hosting a concert at the venue. It's going to feature current students and alumni. So if you love or appreciate opera, or maybe, you know, you're looking to experience it and to see what it's about, check out the Academy of Vocal Arts or the Met's website for more information on that. And then, come January 2020, a 24/7 news channel station for Black viewers is going to launch. It's set to launch. The Black News Channel is a minority-owned and operated network. That's what it's called, the Black News Channel. And it's been in the works for more than a decade. So J.C. Watts, who is a former Black Republican U.S. congressman from Oklahoma, he served as a CNN political commentator and also the president of Feed the Children. But he now serves as co-founder and chairman of the Black News Channel. And he works alongside TV executive and CEO Bob, I want to say Brillante. So in a recent interview, Watts stated, and I'm going to quote him here, there's 200 plus stations, but there's nowhere you can get your remote and say, I want to find something that is culturally specific to the African American community. That's not just in terms of current affairs, but that is wellness. You won't find any network today that talks about sickle cell disease and diabetes as it relates to the Black community. So, according to U.S. Today, the channel is going to feature a pair of daily 3-hour live newscasts, some personality-hosted programming, history, and education. So we're going to have to stay tuned for more information about how we can tune in to the Black News Channel. That information they're saying is going to come over, you know, it's going to be released over the coming weeks. So I'm interested. I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen with this, especially since we got this whole thing with Byron Allen on a whole, you know, on another level that's happening with his company versus Comcast, and that's set to take place, I believe, tomorrow. So depending on what time that all goes down, there may be a nice little bit of the show dedicated to kind of catching folks up on that, and letting, you know, just making sure we're all in the know, and especially if if the ruling comes down, we want to make sure we get that to you ASAP. All right. And so then the quick trend that I wanted to make sure was on your radar, because I got to be honest, she's a fellow Taurus, and I'm just loving how she's committed to loving on herself. Lizzo, she recently shared photos from an upcoming December cover of British Vogue, right? British Vogue, like full-figured black woman, curves and all that, on the cover of British Vogue. She shared it on Twitter, on Instagram, with the caption that said, "Ladies and gentlemen, the cover of Vogue. True Lizzo fashion." It's going to be everywhere. It's actually on newsstands now. I think it dropped November 8th. And so she wore custom Versace. It was photographed. I think the handle is @Kloss, KLOSS Films. And Shorty looked bad. She looked bad in the best way, okay? No, seriously, like, and then she got the suit. She got a few different looks, and I love each and every one of them. I'm here for them. But this is supposed to be like a really in-depth interview, and she talks a lot about body image and how, you know, just this mediocre rise this year in her career has also been juxtaposed by her struggle to be accepted by like mainstream, right? And also like this body positive image situation that we have going on here, which is really important, right? We need to have that, and she speaks on why we need to have that. And I want to make sure I get in a quote from her. She said, "Anybody that uses body positivity to sell something is using it for their personal gain. That's just it. We weren't selling anything in the beginning. We were just selling ourselves and selling ourselves on the idea, selling ourselves on ourselves, you know? I'm not trying to sell you me. I'm trying to sell you you." And I just felt like, yes, that's it. Like, that was her journey. This has been a part of really her loving herself and hoping to inspire other people, to show other people how to do that for themselves as she's learning it. So y'all caught up on some of what we got going on in the world of arts and entertainment, both locally, nationally, internationally. Shout out to all my guests who made tonight's show possible. DJ Geek with this week's Geek and Mix, Carmito with Mad Ethnic Musing, singer, songwriter, producer, and composer Doug C. Jr., and then my guy, DJ Frosty Phoenix, holding down the phone lines, the boards, and everything in between. If you haven't already, make sure you follow us across all platforms at The Lounge Word, and connect with me on IG or Facebook at Sincerely Sarita. Tomorrow, DJ Frosty Phoenix is going to bring us the Blurred Break. And then, of course, you know, we got all the kind of combos that keep you coming back for more. I'm trying to think if I want to, like, drop a little bit of who you can expect tomorrow. No, I ain't going to do that. You just going to have to tune in. You'll see what it's going to be. But anyway, until then, I'm your host, Sincerely Sarita, encouraging you to taste your words before you feed them to someone else, and reminding you to always, always, always empathize, empower, and evolve. Peace.
You know I'm the best diet. Be a fool and not take me as I am.